So, brothers and sisters, man, as always, man, we bring you some amazing folks doing incredible things, and we want to showcase, and we've done a little bit so far, but we want to do a lot more in 2024 with showcasing food influencers in Chicago that are doing amazing and important work, and so the second one that we are going to interview and showcase is Brennan Baldwin, man. He is we're gonna ask him about his background, man. But I see storytelling, I see artistry. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure. My guess is that we're gonna be talking to some a Renaissance man because the man dresses impeccable too, right? So,
Appreciate it.
man, we got none other than brother Baldwin. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. Sorry about yourself.
Man, I can't complain, man. I always happy to be on top side of the earth, and
Yeah,
every day is a good day above ground.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So so like I mentioned, man, I see you doing some amazing, beautiful storytelling through your reels. But man, tell us about yourself, man, and how you got into this space.
Sure. So I am a social worker by day, and I call myself a foodie and adventurer also by day. So I absolutely love to travel. That's how I got started in this space. Share my travel experiences with folks. So before I turned 30, I had the goal of visiting 30 countries before I turned 30. I was able to do
Mm,
that, and I'm now at 48. But also in doing that, I would share my experiences eating in those countries and in those spaces, and people would be
mhm.
curious about like, what's that you're eating, or what's the story behind this dish? And as more people start to do that, I said, I kind of have. I'm in the space where I can show people new things, and I wanted people to experience new things, new cuisines, new cultures. So that's how I got into
Mhm.
the space.
Man, that's beautiful. Are you from Chicago?
I am. I'm from the suburbs, from the Grange.
Man, listen, man, that is so, you know, I understand the value and importance of travel.
Hmm.
Although I haven't gone overseas, I've been all over, United States.
Hmm.
But the only thing that come close to it is reading. But kind of talk about the importance, man, of experiencing different spaces and places to give you, just a different viewpoint or a rounded viewpoint.
Yeah, so it definitely opens your mind. Like one place can be completely different from what you're used to. Like, for example, every year for my birthday, I visit a new country in Africa. And the
Mhm.
picture that we're often shown of Africa is like poor, nothing's there, people just down and out. But when you see the beauty of Africa, when you see what they don't show you in the media, your mind is just blown. And the food there, the hospitality, it's just next level. So I
Mhm.
want people to experience that for themselves and not just go based on what they may see in the media or short clips here and there. But
Right, man,
you'll
that's
definitely open
beautiful.
your mind to a new world.
So I have a daughter who's 24,
Okay.
and another one is 26.
Okay.
And my 24-year-old had her passport and went to Japan
Hmm.
before she got her driver's license.
Oh
So
wow.
she went early this year,
Okay.
right? So
I'm not mad at that.
yeah, it was me. Me neither. I was mad. Listen, and didn't need my help for anything.
There we go.
So and the other one went to Columbia.
Okay.
And
I love Colombia. Yeah.
I can see and of course, you know what I'm saying, not South
Yeah.
Carolina, but South America, right? If everybody else who's listening, right?
Yeah.
And I see, I see growth
Hmm.
just from them doing that experience.
Absolutely.
Their viewpoint and perspective is different. So that's beautiful. So, man, appreciate you sharing those
Of
stories.
course.
And but now something else is here, man. What kind of background do you have? Because the storytelling, your ability. I got a bunch of friends who travel, and they do tell stories, but the way you do it with video, is absolutely amazing. So you had the background and video. You just learned it on your own.
No, I just watch other creators. I pick out bits and pieces from what I like, and I play around with the phone. I ask people for advice. I'm not afraid to have people critique me and show me tips and like show me what I can do to be better. So that I think that's something that's helped me. I don't mind people showing me. I don't mind people critiquing my videos and saying, "Hey, I think you should do this here. Or
Mhm.
maybe take this clip and put it here first. Or hey, play with the exposure on your camera so it looks like this kind of light. Or make sure you buy this kind of light and use this color light." So I am always open to to feedback and criticism.
Man, that's beautiful. And so now, how long you been doing it now? How many?
So I would say just over a year, honestly.
Just
Like,
over a year.
yeah, just over a year.
So now, looking back in hindsight, how do you see the impact that you've had and the value that you bring to this whole idea of the local places and exploring new things, from the city, Chicago, all the way to the to the 48. Most of us can't even name 48 places outside of the United States. But
Yeah,
in those places, what's the importance and value you bring?
it's been a fun journey for sure. Just to have restaurant owners contact me and say, "Hey, from your video, we had a sold out weekend. Like people were coming in, like flooding in, saying they saw your video and they wanted this, everything that they saw in your video, they wanted. Like we haven't had a weekend like this in forever." So to see the impact that I have, not only like on the viewers watching, but also on the restaurants that I feature, I love to see it. It's one of my goals to really bring up small businesses, minority owned businesses, Black owned businesses. So to see and watch them flourish has been it's a great thing for me.
Beautiful. And I know we've been talking about this a little bit, different conversations I've been having with different creators,
Mm-hmm.
especially here in Chicago, where we see it, on the ground level. The growth of small businesses,
Mm-hmm.
right, has been incredible during and post, the pandemic.
Yeah.
And you see a lot of changes happening in the food industry, in the restaurant industry. How Talk about a little bit about the impact that you think that long term is going to have over, it's not a attack or a discrepancy, but you got the chains that,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, hell, I'm sure some places you went to, you was like, hell no, I ain't going to McDonald's. Why am I going to go to McDonald's over here?
Yeah.
Certain things, it's just the same wherever you go.
Mm-hmm.
So, highlighting that importance of the diversity that's now growing,
Yeah.
what it means for, for fast food restaurants in general that have to be more competitive now.
Mm-hmm. So I think what most people look for, like aside from just good food, is a good experience. So like even when I may be on a live video, people are saying, "Can you show me the atmosphere? Can you show me the vibe of the place?" So I think even if you are selling something that's common, like you're selling burgers or you're selling, I don't know, fried chicken and French fries, maybe. If people feel welcome in your establishment, it won't matter if 12 people down the street are selling the same thing. People are going to come to you because they feel welcome, because they enjoy your vibe. So I think creating that space is what's going to help people last long. It's going to increase longevity.
Right. Creating those experiences.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Tell me why this quote is important to you. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. And that quote was from Milton Berle.
So that's important to me, especially being a Black creator in this space. We're not always contacted first. So you'll see a lot of creators of other ethnicities and races being in a lot of these spaces, and they'll maybe getting paid more than we are. They may be getting invited more than we are. So I think it's important for us to go after those same opportunities. So we may not always have people flooding to come find us, but we have just as much, if not more, value as these other creators. And I think it's important that, hey, if nobody's coming to us, then I'm going to come to you. I'm going to show you why you need to be looking after me. I'm going to show you why you need to be finding people that look like me, that have the influence that I have. So I think that's why that's important. So if people aren't coming to you, make it happen for yourself. If nobody's going to push you, you're going to push yourself.
That's right. Man, that's a beautiful answer, man. That really is the spirit and energy behind what we're doing today. Man, we got to celebrate ourselves and we got to celebrate each other.
Absolutely.
Right. In so many different ways, because also I was talking to a restaurant owner, and he made the comment that people outside of your community will celebrate you and see you as iconic when the people in your community say you are. Right. So we celebrating each other we're telling everybody, hey, it's like somebody coming to, a neighborhood and they saying who's the best singer on the block. Oh, we know. We're gonna tell you.
Yeah,
Who's the best
absolutely.
dancer. Oh, so you want somebody to dance? Oh,
Yeah,
we
exactly.
know who it is.
Hmm.
And once we give our stamp of approval,
Yeah.
it is what it is. When people watch your videos, what's the
Mhm.
what's the main thing you want them to get out of it? What's the message you want them to walk away with?
I want people to feel safe exploring new things. So, like for example, I'll sometimes do my videos half in Spanish. I haven't done much in Portuguese yet,
Ah,
but
yes.
I will do certain things so people feel more comfortable being in those spaces. So if they walk into an establishment where Spanish is the majority language, they can see somebody like me going in there and be like, okay, he went in there, he was okay, he had a good experience, food looks good. I feel a little bit more comfortable going in there. And
Right.
vice versa, like if somebody feels like a minority in a place, going into a place, they can feel safe going in. That's my biggest thing. I want you to be
Mhm.
comfortable or safe going into a space that you otherwise maybe wouldn't explore.
Man, I love that's beautiful, man. Yep. I'm studying Espanol now for
Okay.
that very reason.
Okay.
Quiero pollo, por favor.
Exactly.
¿Dónde
Yep.
está el baño?
Exactly.
Yeah, and encouraging my children to learn too.
Mhm.
I oh this it's just I just thought about this, but I know you can speak to this. This is so important to me.
Mhm.
Um, when you meet people, especially from Africa, but of course a lot in Europe too,
Mhm.
they don't just speak one language.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
speaking. They got not even bilingual.
Mhm.
They get 4 or 5 languages. They got
Absolutely.
their native language. They got English.
Mhm.
They got whatever the predominant, whether it's Spanish or English or and they got something else under their belt.
Mhm.
They're just moving around the world as if the world belongs to them. They,
Yeah.
they can go. They can pretty much go everywhere and be able to communicate directly with people.
Absolutely.
We don't. We come to here. All we got is English. That's all I
Yeah.
got for you.
Yeah, I think this is one of the few countries that doesn't stress the importance of at least having two languages. Most countries will at least have their main language plus English because they recognize the importance of folks speaking English. So yeah, unfortunately, this is one country I think that doesn't stress that, but I wish that we
Mhm.
would. So when I see other people trying to learn a language, I encourage them as much as I can.
Mhm. Man, well, that's beautiful. Well, that's what we do in our household. We're focusing on Spanish
Hmm.
and Arabic.
Okay. Yeah.
And I got one possible, Mandarin. We just
Okay.
don't, of course it's little support for those first two, but Mandarin,
Yeah, I got nothing for you with that
you
one.
you
Yeah.
on your own right now.
Yeah.
All right, but yep, anything else you want to add before we close out?
I just want to encourage anybody that wants to be a creator, do not be afraid to post your content. I know it can be intimidating seeing all these videos out here that look aesthetically pleasing, that look real polished and everything like that, but you have to start somewhere. So I don't want
Mhm.
you to feel discouraged in posting your content. Your content has value. What you think, all of that stuff has value. And I don't want you to forget that or think it's not worth anything because just as I did, if you go back and look at my stuff, camera was blurry, shaking all over the place, but you'll learn as you go. And that's the important thing about being a creator, being able to learn and adapt and make yourself better. So do not be afraid to post your content.
Man, beautiful. Them life lessons right there. You done dropped a
Yeah,
few gems on us today. So we appreciate that.
my
We wish
pleasure.
you continued success. And y'all make sure y'all follow Where is Brennan on it's on all platforms.
All platforms. Yes, sir.
On all platforms.